I do. Oh, doet hij een filmpje? Oké. Hi there, YouTube. Mark Verheer here. A very rainy October day. Actually, winter time over here. Last night, the clock moved backwards at about 3 o'clock, so the days are a bit longer, and you get to sleep an hour longer. I don't like that shifting in time. And I figured, yeah, what to do today? I'm situated in my game room, and actually yesterday a package arrived. It was a package from Amazon. It was something I pre-ordered quite some time ago. And Amazon is really weird. I get these messages that say, well, we're sorry, the package is going to be a couple of days late, and then the package still arrives at the same day. And now I got this message that this package would actually arrive on the 26th, which is next Monday. And then the doorbell rings and it arrives today or yesterday. So yeah, that's actually a bonus, but also a bit weird. Yeah, the package I got is one of these mini consoles. Well, a maxi mini console. Let me show you my collection of mini consoles, because yeah, that's what I actually collect at the moment as well. And then I'll focus on the package that I got. And it's not going to be an unboxing, it's just gonna be an impressions video. Yeah, show you some bits and talk about stuff. A bit of a waffle, let's say. Okay, let's check out my mini consoles. Collection of mini consoles. This is the C64 Mini, and this is the 64 Maxi, which basically is a full-size C64 emulator with a working keyboard that actually looks very much like the original. And then a special edition was released, and here it is, and I'll show you the box. Of course, as a Commodore kid, I just couldn't help myself but get this. And this is the VIC-20, the specialized limited edition version of the C64. They actually call it the C64 because it is not an official Commodore product. What is official is that through Colanto, they actually licensed the operating system and stuff. But basically this is like a Raspberry Pi-like little board that sits inside this shell with a working keyboard and a joystick. And yeah, basically this is the VIC-20 and the C64 in a very nice case that is very reminiscent of the original cases. So here's the top, and yeah, I'm not gonna do an unboxing because a lot of people have already been doing them, but yeah, it's a very nice box with some very nice art on it, and I'm just gonna hook it up and see how it works and tell you what I think of it. Okay, so this actually is my original VIC-20 system, and it has this logo. It also has this wonderful mega card, which basically provides a RAM extension and has more or less the complete library of VIC-20 cartridges, disc games, tape games and stuff. So yeah, nice fitting SUSE arcade stick, which has yellowed a little, I think, but the color of the case really is very similar. I remember the original case being like this, and this is the VIC-20, and as you can see, the logos are very, very similar. And the keyboard, well, it's just amazing. It's a little different, but it's very similar. And the font used on this VIC, this fake VIC, is actually the font that you can find on the older Commodore PET machines. And I really like that they've put this font on it, because on the C64, the Maxi, actually this lettering and this keyboard is used. Now I'm actually quite curious after the serial numbers on my original VIC-20 has serial number 29053. It's a PAL version. I also have an American one, which I'm not going to show here. It has keys that are more like this, but I'm actually quite curious after this serial number, because well, it's a limited edition, and let's check out. So they also did a very nice sticker, 2020. Oh wow, that's actually quite interesting. It's serial number 457. That's actually very interesting. That's a low serial number. Yeah, and it's just the height of the case. You know, it's very similar. And the joystick. This is the joystick that comes with it. You can use other USB joysticks, but yeah, it's very similar. So I'm actually enjoying these things in anticipation of the ZX Spectrum Next revision 2 that I'm also waiting for. But now this is VIC-20 glory. So yeah, I'm gonna hook it up to my telly and see how it functions. Of course, this VIC is going to be hooked up again to the CRT over there, because a CRT and an original VIC just belong together. And of course, with this new one, it's HDMI. So we might have to do something with scan lines. And I believe that the emulator that they use is VIC or something like it, and it's very compatible. So yeah, and I thought I'd show you this also. This is the Nile Mega cartridge, and yeah, if you want your VIC library on the original hardware to be as complete as possible and to be as accessible as possible, this actually is the way to go. And I do reckon that a lot of the software that you can find on here will actually work on this too. Not in the cartridge form, but you know, grab all the stuff that's on there and put it on an SD card and run it on here. So yeah, here it sits. Of course, I jumped directly to the basic, and I do have to set the correct aspect ratio, like so. Yeah, this is actually what it is supposed to look like. I think it's actually possible to do this within the menu, but yeah, it might not be. I'm not sure. But yeah, I typed in this little program that I knew would work on this system as well, which is poking a color into the screen. I needed poking a color value into the text color value, and then just print lactose here with a space, and just go to the next one and then go to 10. So it's like an endless loop. And let's see what happens. So there's actually a lot of stuff happening. The VIC only has a couple of colors, and if you poke all the other values in it, you can actually see some sort of weird multicolor thing happening, which actually is the way to use graphics on the VIC. You actually you copy the character set into RAM, and then you modify, and then you change the pointer of the kernel to the RAM location instead of the ROM location of the character set. And then you can modify the character set. You can do that real time, so you can use animations and stuff. And if you poke the correct color value into the register, you can actually use multiple colors in the same character position. So that way you can actually use quite fancy graphics on the VIC. And this is actually a very small illustration of these modes. Basically, the VIC is a very limited machine, and also quite powerful, and I really like it. This is the machine. The VIC actually was the machine I was saving up for. I also was saving up for an Atari 8-bit, but none of my friends had an Atari 600 or 400 or 800 XL. So the Commodore VIC-20 was actually within my reach, and I was about to get that when my mom actually said that she was going to get a Commodore C64, which is a lot more powerful, but Lacta was here. So let's see if I press the menu button, what happens. Exit to carousel mode. So there might be a bit of flicker because my iPhone is actually filming this at 60, and now the screen refresh rate is at 50. But Abductor, Alley Cat. So these are VIC-20 and C64 games interspliced. Boulder Dash. Oh yeah, and of course this is sacrilege because I am actually booting Boulder Dash, which is a C64 game, and that's actually the first game I run on the VIC. Oh well, I'm more of a C64 person than a VIC, but this actually this really feels like the C64, and the scrolling is smooth. I did see some pixels doing a bit weird, but yeah, this actually, and I'm doing this one-handed. So yeah, basically pretty decent, basically a very decent version. Let's see if I can prop up my 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 camera. I think I'll just have to do it like this, or perhaps do it like this. So yeah, and my knee is in the way. This is a really high tech. Well, you'll just have to enjoy my knee. Let's see I think this one. This is actually Defender-like. Lamasoft, of course. Cool, isn't it? So press fire to begin. So, and of course the sound quality of the VIC really is quite different to that of the C64. Now I do have a tripod, so I might actually be able to show you a bit more of the games and stuff. But yeah. Now I do think that the selection of games that are on here are actually more geared towards the European users. So I guess, I mean, it is available in the US, but I guess the majority of the games are actually very geared towards European users. Sort of Forgo. Oh, this is just such a cool game. I played this a ton. I really played this a ton. And actually, the VIC-20 version is pretty good as well. Just as good, actually. Yeah, Super Cycle, Summer Games. Oh, this game, Spin Dizzy. I got the tape version from this. I really remember actually going out. It was my birthday, and my Uncle Pete actually took me to actually get this game on tape. Speedball, Snake. This is a very cool Vic game. This is Robin of the Wood. Psychedelia. Oh, these Jeff Minter games, really, they are among my favorite. Pit Stop, Paradroid, a lot of the classics are there. Nebulous, Megapocalypse, Megavolt. This actually, it really doesn't look like a Vic game, does it? Very defined graphics, very tough game. And this Matrix, I believe this actually is called differently. I'm not sure. But Martians, Laser Zone, pretty cool game. And this Jumpman, of course, Aridus Alpha, IO, great shooter. Impossible Mission, Hellgate. Oh gosh, yeah, this also is quite fantastic when it comes to the graphics. I must see if I can prop you up with between my knees again, so like this. It might be that the sound actually is muffled, but prepare to die. Oh, bloody hell. So you are basically able to crossfire. Laser heads destabilized. This is what happens when you power up the machine. Very nice booting up screen, and then you get the menu. And I opted to boot into the VIC. But yeah, I've been playing with the VIC, the modern VIC, and I really must say that I totally enjoy the system. And if you don't own an original VIC-20, this actually is the closest to it. And I must say, typing in a little basic program or just using the keyboard really is like having a VIC sitting there. Of course, with the HDMI output and setting the screen to the correct aspect ratio, yeah, it's all super clear. But I must say that the gritty noises, you know, that the VIC actually outputs really sound pretty much spot on, as well as the C64 and the SID and stuff. They really nailed to get the look and feel and the experience actually. So whether you are running original hardware or this, you know, it really doesn't matter as long as you enjoy the games, I say. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked that I have this version, that I have this this little system. And yeah, my little computers that I put on temporary, but yeah, it's very nice. And this joystick actually is not too bad. It's quite reminiscent of a Competition Pro. It has all these extra features, all these extra buttons that you can use to control the menu. It is not mandatory to use one of these controllers, but they're handy. Some people have been experiencing some troubles because this might not be as durable as the original Competition Pro. I will, for example, not be playing games like Decathlon or even some of the summer games or the games that really put a lot of strain on this joystick. And I actually was very careful with my joystick. So anyways, I was just not, you know, trashing it around. I always am quite gentle with the joysticks that I use. But yeah, this really feels like one of these old 8-bit arcade sticks that yeah, you were very happy to own something like this instead of one of these quick shot joysticks that used membranes. These actually use micro switches, and a lot of the contemporaries that were proper arcade sticks also did. So yeah, this is just my little VIC-20, the VIC-20 video. Not an unboxing, but just some small impressions. Very how do you say that? very low tech, you know. I mean, holding the camera between my knees, and you actually see a bit of my pants and stuff. But yeah, you know, that's just how it goes on this channel. Oh, and there's the little cow, and that's the pixel art that my wife made. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I think that that this is it. Yeah, I might be doing some videos pretty soon, but who knows? I'm just enjoying myself. The weather really has taken a turn. It was quite nice up till like 1 or 2 days ago, but now it's like raining and it's, yeah, fall has definitely set in. And perhaps at the end of the video, I'll show you some of the mindful morning moments that I usually have. I start my day and I look out my bedroom window and then I see these vistas. I see the sun rising and I see a lot of stuff. I might actually, end up sharing this at the end of this video. So you can have a gander. Anyways, Mark signing off, and I'll be back with another video soon. And thanks for watching. Oh, and if you like to subscribe, please do. And you can actually perhaps also click on the bell notification. I was resistant at first for a long time myself, but actually it does enable you to actually see some videos that you want to watch and not be just totally swamped with YouTube's pre-selected videos, which I rarely click on. And actually, that's actually quite interesting. A tangent here. I get these pop-ups in YouTube that want me to fill in all these questionnaires about why I am not clicking on their suggested videos, because I rarely do. I always just select my own videos that I want to pick. And I do that consciously because I do not want to end up in some sort of filter bubble. Because you are ending up in a filter bubble if you are just enjoying YouTube. You just get presented a lot of the same stuff because they think you'll watch it. And it's not something I just enjoy. I do not want anybody to make decisions for me in regards to what I enjoy or what I should look at or something like that. If it's a person that I trust and that I value, whose opinion I value, okay. But if it's like an algorithm that just, is predicting stuff, no, I'm not. That was actually quite scary. No, then it's something that I just don't want to do. So yeah, Mark signing off. I already did, and I'll be back with another video soon. So yeah, this is it.